She gives us lots to talk about.
Right. All right, 11 minutes after the hour. General Petraeus, just one of the great leaders who have made some mistakes. Does it make him unfit to lead our military from here on in? We're going to ask Captain Pete Hegseth, a veteran of 2 wars.
The scandal surrounding General David Petraeus' extramarital affair and General John Allen's email has painted an unflattering picture of America's top military leaders.
Is it unjust? General Petraeus resigned, but General Allen is still on the job with the White House's support.
The president has great confidence in the military, great confidence in his commanders, and will continue to have that confidence.
So would it be a better idea if everyone involved just stepped down?
Let's talk to Pete Hegseth. He is a U.S. Army veteran and CEO of Concerned Veterans for America. He joins us from the Twin Cities. Pete, we know that you served under both the guys. What do you think?
Well, it's a crummy situation, no doubt. But I did serve under both of them. I couldn't hold them in higher professional regard. They both are mission first, execute kind of guys. And these are difficult personal circumstances, but at the end of the day, I don't think it precludes them from being professionals in their field. Now, we're jumping to a ton of conclusions. We're talking about number of emails.
Right.
Don't ask me why I was watching Entertainment Tonight last night. It was on in the background, but it reads like a soap opera, and the media feeds it.
It does.
And I don't think any of it has to do with how well these men have served, the years they've given this country on the battlefield, and what they've done. It's a disservice to them for all of us to jump to conclusions based on information we do not have.
And on top of that, you have a general that was in charge of African Command who got demoted and essentially retired for abusing privileges of using military craft for personal use, from his wife's shopping sprees to stays in Bermuda. So is there a different set of criteria for high-ranking officers as opposed to captains like you?
Well, no, the uniform code of military justice, when you're in uniform, applies to everyone equally. That's the aspect of this that is sort of the wild card, and the military will deal with that. General Petraeus, outside of that, in the CIA, has a different set of ground rules. But if every single professional or leader, including presidents, was disqualified because of personal indiscretions, our line of leaders would probably be pretty short. And we should keep that in our memory. In fact, Eisenhower, it was reported during the war,
sure,
had a relationship with his driver.
Absolutely.
And yet we hold him in incredible regard, and we should. This is not to apologize for anything that has happened or may have happened, depending on media reports. But we shouldn't forget the years of service these men have given, and they should be given the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
I've heard them, I've watched them, I've followed them. These are professionals who put this country first.
You know, and with the Petraeus affair, I mean, that certainly does show poor judgment. But we should point out, and he stepped aside. But in General Allen's case, his confidants who've talked to the press say there was no affair with Joe Kelly. They were never in a room alone. You say, Pete, just let's wait for all the facts to come out, right?
Yeah, you got to wait for that. They say, well, 20 or 30,000 pages of emails. Well, what does that mean? One line can be one page.
Right.
Everybody, when they're deployed, you know, you do things to relieve stress, whether it's watching movies, call home. You know, some people write emails. I hope everyone didn't read every email I sent home. You know, we have to be careful not to rush to judgment and give men like this a benefit of the doubt.
Also, I would say that now those reports that 20,000, 30,000 not accurate, maybe a couple of hundred.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and flirtatious, whatever you want to call them. Again, speculation. This guy's a general running a war. Let him run the war.
Indeed. Perhaps we should back off on our rush to judgment. All right, Pete Hegseth, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much for reporting early on this Wednesday morning.